Let's talk about gear fear. This is something I get asked a lot about during the live streams and in the comments of other guys on this channel. Basically, gear fear is when players are afraid to lose their gear, so they just stack it up in their stash and only hatchet or pistol run, or in some cases only play their player scav, which prevents them from progressing their main PMC and raising trader levels. An outlook that really helped me when I first started is to remember that EFT still has many wipe cycles ahead where we'll all get reset to square one when there's a new major update. So if you leave a fancy gun or armor in your stash because you're too afraid to use it, then you've effectively already lost it. Not to mention, it's just taking up your valuable stash space. One thing you could do is just sell any gear you're too afraid to use and spend that money on cheaper gear you feel more comfortable with. Or you could take the approach of use it till you lose it. See, it's normal to have fear in firefights. Tarkov is a game unlike other shooters. There's no respawning, and once you die with that loot you worked hard for, it's gone. But what I want you to try is just put on a gear set that's a little out of your comfort zone. It doesn't need to be super expensive, just something you've been considering using, maybe some light armor, throw your extra meds and ammo in your secure container, and just keep running raids until you lose that loadout. Make sure to always have a backpack as well. If you're low on money, Peacekeeper has an MBSS barter for just one hard drive, which is a really common item all over Tarkov. You could even just buy a sling from Ragman and upgrade it as you find a better one on a dead scav or PMC. Go into a raid, fill it up with anything you find, maybe pop a scav or two and get out. Start small, build up your personal economy, and you'll be surprised how often one full backpack of random loot can make up for 2 or more deaths, and eventually you'll see your overall ruble count begin to rise. Let me know in the comments how far you get or what gear you come up with. Keep trying this strategy. Sometimes you'll die right away, and other times you'll get out with a full backpack of loot that more than pays for it. Rinse and repeat. Another tip I have for you is to always insure your entire loadout. You'll be surprised how often much of it comes back in insurance, which will also help your overall ruble count, and even the things you don't necessarily want back are worth more to sell to the vendors than they cost you to insure, so it's just profit in the long run. On the runs where you do die, try recording with shadow play, NVIDIA highlights, or whatever you have. Watch it back, and even if it feels like you got robbed or died in some cheesy way, do your best to still focus on what you could have done better. Maybe you got camped out from some strange angle or jump spot you didn't know about. Well, now you do. You'll know to check that spot next time or even use it for yourself. The more experienced you become in this game, the more time you put into learning it from your own raids, from Twitch streams, YouTube videos, the better you'll get and the more you'll survive with full backpacks of loot. Feel free to drop by my live stream anytime if you have questions. If you're really struggling, join a Discord. We have a great community you can join with thousands of Tarkov players. Ask around in the looking for group section and see if some people are available to help you get past a difficult quest or just to show you around some maps. All my links are in the description. If you're struggling with PvP in general, one of the best ways you can practice is to run on Factory and just purposely look for fights. Factory is a very small map with 5 total PMC spawns and nearly guarantees quick action. Throw on some gear you don't mind losing and just get into fights. The one thing that does carry over with you from one wipe cycle to the next is your own personal skill and game knowledge. To make this process flow a little smoother, try finding a weapon you really enjoy using that's pretty cheap and set up a few of them. Having more loadouts ready to go when you die will make life easier in the stash screen and will also help you to get more comfortable with how that particular weapon handles. If you'd like some cheap suggestions that are good for PvP, check out my recent budget loadout guide on screen here. Remember to let me know in the comments how you do on your next few raids, and feel free to leave any other tips you can think of to help out other new players. Thank you for watching and good luck out there.